and welcome to this morning's Grow Your Life live sessions. Over the weekend, I got a little bit of a sinus cold, so if you still hear a little bit of the congestion, I'm on the tail end of it right now. I pretty much stayed in bed all weekend, which is what I call resting like an Olympic athlete, so that I could do some of the stuff that I need to this morning, at least today. What I want to talk to you today about is something very simple, and I did a podcast on it this last week. It's now live on my website. The podcast episode is live. I'm going to put it in the comments as well. The only magic pill for success for reaching your goals is what that's about. And it's, well, my hair looks cute too. It's real humid here. The only magic pill for success for reaching your goals is consistency. And that's what I mean by training like an Olympic athlete. Now, what I want to pause here and mention is a lot of people, when learning to reach their goals, learning to grow their life, learning to reach whatever they say they want to do, become chronic learners. They spend all of their effort and energy in learning what it's like to be a high performer, to reach their goals, to be successful, but they never implement. They never go out and take action. And so what I mean by training like an Olympic athlete, it's actually taking action. The way a professional sports player or an Olympic athlete works, and I'm not talking about fitness either in this, by the way. This applies to fitness, but I'm absolutely actually not talking about fitness. I'm talking even just about mental health, personal relationships, business goals, whatever goal you have, you have to take action repeatedly, methodically, consistently to see results. The way that an Olympic athlete would. So they're going for the gold, okay? They're out there every day doing the same action that a gold medalist would win to train their body, to train their mind to do that. And so in that sense, to go after your goals, to reach to a higher level, you have to methodically, repeatedly do the things that somebody who would be successful at the goals that you've written down would do every day, not just once a week, not just once a month when it feels good, but every day consistently. And so in that, it's not just about learning constantly. It's not just about listening to trainings, but rather train like how somebody does that's training in the gym. That's every day on the treadmill. The way an Olympic athlete is doing the actions every day. And so what I want to encourage you is this. A lot of you guys, you've written down what your goals are. And I have content. If you go back through the archives of my videos for the last 2 months, I've been creating content to help people specifically around the mindset of taking action and getting past anything that's limiting them. And so now the next step is to take action the way that a professional sports player, an Olympic athlete, anybody consistently and methodically would do to go after their goals. Doing the same things that worked, that produced the results every single day, okay? And when you need to rest, take rest, take time. This is different than just like a hustle mindset. This is really about saying, okay, this is my goal. This is where I'm going. I'm serious about this. So I'm going to now take it professionally. I'm going to take it seriously as this is my profession. And then you walk it out. You live out the goals that you say that you have for your life. If it's for spirituality, family relationships, intentionality with your relationships, the time you spend with your husband or your wife or your children. If it's spending more time with God, it's intentionality, spending time with God like you're trying to get, you're training. It's not that you're trying to achieve a gold medal, but you're actually training like that. So it's not to do this and then somehow reach a gold medal and that's where we stop. It's actually just about creating a muscle memory in your brain and in your body of how to act in a way, the actions to take to reach our goals. And like I said, I rested this weekend. That's why my voice sounds a little off. I got a little bit of a cold, but I'm just going to be working a little bit this morning and then going back into resting. But what I want to encourage you with here today is that if you have a goal, something consistently that you want to do, being consistent with it being consistent with the things that you've written down, that you've said, this is where I'm going. If you said, I'm going to live in a mansion and have a private jet, how would somebody that lives in a mansion and has a private jet so they can travel the world and influence people, by the way, not just to say, look at me, but rather to influence others, to have a wider reach, a wider territory, how would that person act every single morning when they woke up in the morning? What would the words that come out of their mouth say? What would the self-talk be? Then you repeatedly, methodically train your mind, your body, your mouth, your eyes, the things you focus on, the things you give focus to. And if all you're spending your time doing and focusing on is, the news and Game of Thrones, like, you're going to have that going through your head. You see what I'm saying? So methodically training the way an Olympic athlete would with focus to repeatedly, consistently do the actions that will help you reach your goals. You write the goal down. You make a decision. What are the actions I need to take to reach that goal? And then you repeatedly do that the way somebody would that is an Olympic athlete to go reach their goals. It's not about striving and killing yourself and all that either. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is just consistency. And what consistency does is, I call it the only magic pill for success. It actually takes hard things and makes them easier because you're doing it so often it becomes habit. It becomes habit. For me to go live and talk like this 2 months ago while I had a little stuffy nose, that would have been really hard. But now I've been doing it for 2 months. It's a habit for me every morning to be able to do this. It's not taking a lot out of me. And so that's what I want to encourage you in, is make habits out of your goals, habits out of the actions. And that's what training like an Olympic athlete is to reach any goal. The podcast that I just did this week is called that, The Only Magic Pill to Transform Goals into Success. It's about that, breaking down why consistency works. Consistency, if you consistently do things that somebody who is not reaching your goals would do, you will not reach your goals. That's also how it works. It doesn't know the right choices or the wrong ones. It just does. So consistently not doing what works is also going to produce a result, guaranteed. Do you see what I'm saying? So that's what it is this repeated, methodical training. You talk to Super Bowl winning quarterback Tom Brady, okay? And whether you like sports or not, the way he says, he still does his reps. He still goes through his reps. He still backs up, throws the football, just like he did in college, even after he's already won how many Super Bowls? 5 or 6 or whatever that is. And so no matter how high you get up there too, you still have to consistently, methodically do what works. Otherwise, you'll start to go backwards. And that's just why I'm saying, train like an Olympic athlete. Train your muscles, your mind, your mouth, your spirit. That's where declarations come in, repeated declarations of your life. It's not just about chronic learning. Constantly learning and taking in is good, but it only goes so far as to feel good until you take action. And so taking action is where the training begins. And so I want to encourage you to train like an Olympic athlete, no matter what your goals are, whatever you're trying to get to the next level. It's not always in business. It's not always in family. It's not always in relationships, spirituality, whatever that is. It's unique for all of us, whatever we're trying to get to that next level. For me personally, my biggest training is mindset, keeping myself mentally on track, not allowing any sort of outside influence or how I feel influence what comes out of me, and then walking that out every single day. And being consistent with my time management, stuff like that. And so I want to encourage you. You can do this. You can reach your goals. You can grow your life. Train with consistency. If you haven't, go listen to the podcast. It's on my website. I'll leave the comments below. Have a good one, everybody, and we will talk soon.